I'm here where endless meets the end. Do you see me? I'm hidden here again. Your whispers found its way, calling me to stay. I'm standing at the edge, but something always brings me back. All the voices in my head reminding me of what I have. If I fall tonight, you can bring me back to life. If I fall tonight, you can be my saving light. You can be my saving
Mic check, 1, 2.
You can be my saving
All day, every day. Mic check, 1, 2. I said when I go number 1 and number 2.
like lightning in my veins. Now they see me.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Nightwolf UK over on YouTube. What's up, brother? Just got my first kit of Space Wolves. Not made a figure since I was a kid. When Games Workshop first opened. The picture in the thumbnail over on the YouTube side is a model I painted roughly 9 years ago on Twitch. And this is our 9-year anniversary month on Twitch, painting Space Wolves. That workup from that thumbnail is one of my most requested workups and updates because those paints kind of stopped existing. And that's what this series that we're currently working on is, Nightwolf. So if you've missed any of it because you're over on YouTube, most of the action takes place on Twitch. You can still go back and see the past broadcasts, no edits though, on YouTube. Because I don't really give any love to YouTube anymore. But the edits are all on Patreon right now, and the edits, like aka the shorts, are on Instagram. So you can watch the shorts for free. You gotta give me money to see the edits, or go back and just dig through the past broadcasts. Ian, what's up, brother? Recoil, aka Coil Daddy in chat. Professional Incompetence. Kilty O'Neill. Painting Bites. Welcome back. Francois, the legend. Phantom Titan painter. Bloodbeard in chat. Painting Bites. The Yo Dogs are stream points. Like, you earn 1 per minute on Twitch for watching and being active in chat. And you earn like 20 per dollar donated. And they're used for various redemptions. You can redeem them for gift bags from me. They're going to be predominantly used for the raffle this month, though. So at the end of the month, we're going to raffle away this project. And it's going to be like probably like 900 Yo Dogs a ticket. Like $20 raffle tickets, probably. Probably. I haven't come up with a price yet. And when I say $20 per raffle ticket, I mean however many yo dogs that equals, which you can earn for free.
Let's do it!
Yo, dog, Kenny Boucher here, Next Level Painting. Well, on the literal best of all days, coming to you live from that Beats Lab in St. Cloud, Florida. We're doing it again. Everyone knows I live in St. Cloud now. Because I was on the news. Francois with an interesting combo of emotes. It's like a fire, skunk, and a Christmas tree. Like, try to figure that out. S. Yep, self-doxed. Dark Horse, what's up, brother? So, hey, what's up? What's going on, hobos? I can't wait to see if Potus UK tunes in today because he'll be the first person with the 9-year badge when his subscription is rolled over. So yeah, been streaming it for 9 years on Twitch. Oh, it's this song. Streaming for 9 years on Twitch. Kind of gave up on YouTube during that time period. Some people are finding us today for the first time on Twitch, which I think is awesome. Some people are like, yeah, man, you vanished for years. I'm glad I found you again, or something like that. And I'm like, sad because like the whole 9 years, we've been doing 2-3 times a week over here. Yeah, Painting Bites, for example. Templar tuning in. What's up, brother? Painting Bites. Yeah, Painting Bites is like, I'm here now. We're not going anywhere, at least until I retire next year. April 22nd. Templar, what you working on, brother? As an ADHD person, I often lose things. And really, it's I forgot where I put them because my brain said other shit is going on. Very normal. I like to call it, like, I have a condition where anything smaller than my hand doesn't exist. Francois, do you have to manually renew Patreon every month? I don't think so. That's weird. It should be just a subscription paywall. Unless you click something that made it do that on your side. Or you change your credit card information and it declines you. That's a common one. Like, Orc Pride, 106 months. Let's go. Nice. 2 months shy of 9 years. Orc Pride is in one of the original waves, too. I guess some love in the chat from my man Orc Pride. Legend. You go back to old broadcasts, Orc Pride, you can hear still me saying your name like as we're having conversations back and forth in the chat. I think you're the reason why we have like an orc John Cena gif. Templar, you were working on those yellow Templars? Did you forget? I mean, I didn't forget. I was just queuing you up to tell me about it. Macality, aka Kramus. Francois, did you use like the iOS store? Is that what that is? The Apple Pay store? Like, do you have like an Apple phone and you're using like the Patreon app and you're paying through that? There is some amount of like things in the background that they constantly send me updates on that are related to that nonsense. Like if you're on my Patreon page through that method, strongly consider a desktop method or something. Turns out iOS is scalping up to 30% of my take for the convenience of using an iPhone. And it takes up to 70 days to release funds. It's problematic. It's like, really? It's 2025, guys. What the fuck? Yeah, Banhammer. On Patreon. Patreon, not Twitch. Yeah, it's like being on YouTube again. YouTube's like steals like 40%. Oh, they do the same shit for using iOS subs. Snazzy, what's up, brother? Because they gotta pay for all those tiny fingers making their phones. Oh, God. Ah, so that's different, Benhammer. So they're making you pay the 30% bump here, and they're making me pay the 30% bump on Patreon. Lame. Just, yeah, I was trying to problem solve for Francois. Patreon. Yeah, I don't know what happened. You said, so you're no longer subbed, Francois? Like you went to go check it out and you couldn't get in? Ugh. The Iron Bank. So a lot happened over the weekend. Oh, man. So I went to Anime Orlando. It's a GalaxyCon event. We booked tickets for that some time ago because Jodie Benson was there, which is my lady's favorite person on earth, the voice actor of Ariel from the original Little Mermaid cartoon movie. And so she has like a little shrine of Little Mermaid stuff from when she was a kid to now. So I took her to see that. She cosplayed. I mean, she wore a wig and mermaid pants, which were adorable. My mom bought her those. And it It was a good little convention. We went and saw a lot of voice actors were there. Cool little seminars. I saw a pro wrestling match. There was like an Orlando-based like cosplayer pro wrestling event that was doing every night of the event. So like through their narrative, it was really cool. Saw a dude hit a fucking perfect shooting star press. A Gambit. Gambit hit a perfect shooting star press. She was wild. There was dope because like if there was a Spider-Man in the ring, he did web slinging, like occasionally. Like he tripped a dude, like he double slung at the guy's ankles and tripped him. It's dope. Brad Swat, you were on your phone at breakfast. Oh, maybe you just signed in on PC. Oh, but then the same thing on PC. Huh. Fatality. Gambit doing pro wrestling would be OP. Oh, yeah. Was it my Spider-Man? No, it was Spider-Verse Spider-Man, like the one with like the hoodie on and shit like that. It was tight. Kingpin was the big heel. They had like multiverse fights. Sinister Syndicate was there. Miles, that's right, Miles Morales. They had like a hardcore title, which like can change hands anytime, anywhere. Like it happened a bunch of times throughout the event. Right, so on the left is a tab. Explore community notifications and memberships. And when you go to memberships, it's not letting you see any of my... So if you go to patreon.com/nextlevelpainting, and if you're logged into Patreon, it doesn't let you see my content. So that was tight. Still get notifications and emails from me. Yeah, because you have a Patreon account, obviously, still. So, like, when you log into the platform, it indicates you don't have a member. Let me just go to my Patreon. Let's just see what it says on, because I have a panel too where I can see what's going on in a limited way. Let me just go in there. Audience. Are you Francois in there too? Says you are currently on the guided artist tier. It says well, didn't charge you this month. That's weird. I'm looking at the payment history. Yeah, so let me just double check with somebody else. So if I see I'm seeing it right. Gotta provide service to my customer base. So it doesn't, I guess it charges people sometimes on their join date. So some people charge August 1st, some people charge August 9th. I guess they forced that. Some people charged on August 7th, August 8th. So I'm seeing mostly people are being charged in August, but yours was not. But this guy wasn't either. Somebody else. Neither was this person. You should have access to all content. That's why. You unlock everything. King of the Hatch, what's up, brother? Currently working on Trench Crusade, Trench Pilgrims. We'll be doing some Space Wolf action. Bro, you can't even get to the regular shit. Yeah, it's showing you that it last billed you last month on the 18th. So maybe there's like that's weird. So there's like a dead zone until it bills you again on the 18th. That's strange. Maybe there's a button I can click on my end. All right. Can you send me Patreon messages still? Like Patreon DMs? If you can, send me one as a placeholder for me to revisit this topic. Because there is a button they've been trying to get me to click that I haven't wanted to click. Because I do mine as like top of month billing since day one, and they want to change to like day of sign up billing. I don't like that because it staggers my income from that platform, and my ADHD requires it to be like one day, not throughout, you know. But maybe that's fucking it up. On your end, billing history's blank, huh? Mine shows that you paid in July. Yeah, send me a DM so I can see what's going on my end. We can double team the contact, right? Make sure I'm dropping bombs on fucking Patreon right now. I don't want you to not be able to see them. But it's, yeah, and you're not on an iOS. Nightwolf UK over on YouTube, he says, what colors would you suggest for Space Wolves? Well, in this series that we're working on, we used Payne's Gray and Faded Ultramarine. And you can at least see on Instagram, I have a short, I have a reel going through that process for free. And like I said, if you go back to past broadcasts, you could probably find like the first installment. But we had a bunch of power outages, so it might have staggered the stream in a weird way. I had to like go through and edit the shit out of it. We have like a 15-minute edit on the Payne's Gray Ultramarines workup on Patreon, and we have like a 3-minute reel on Instagram. Francois, did you just find a tab that said that's for autopay that's off? No doubt. All right. Well, we've done our customer service part. Francois authorizes us to move forward. Thank you, Francois. We'll look into this tomorrow. Make sure you get your money's worth. Exclamation point new art. Exclamation point 9 years. So we got 2 big promos this month. This is our 9-year stream anniversary month. We've been partnered on Twitch for 9 years. We were like, when I came to Twitch in 2016, it was like just for video games. So I spent a lot of money, Facebook ads, Meta before Meta was Meta, like bringing the audience over here from YouTube so that we can pop it off here. And so I never left because this is where the action is. It's way better for my personal style, my technique, and my ADHD workflow than YouTube ever was. So you can see a lot has happened in this little thumbnail in those years. And we're giving away these ridiculous t-shirts, our No Hobo t-shirts, in honor of the hobo-ness that is my wizard beard phase. You can only win these every time we hit $150 in cumulative donations, but we also give away a free raffle ticket. And we're going to be raffling off the Space Wolves that we're working on at the end of the month. And you earn Yo-Dogs for just watching. You earn Yo-Dogs for giving me money. And you could earn a raffle ticket for free randomly throughout the show. Oh, and I was telling you guys about the con. So, like, I did 2 things this weekend, guys. Saw pro wrestling matches at Anime Orlando. We went and saw Jodie Benson, who, like I said, is my ladies' #1 thing. The Little Mermaid. We stood in that line. She brought 2 personal items. She brought, like, the original VHS and the original CD soundtrack. And we're in the line talking to the agent to, pay, and a selfie, right? And she's like, what's your name? She's like, Eileen. And she's like, okay, spell it. She's like, A-I-L. And then she just pauses, and the lady's like, that's it? And I'm like, no, she's crying now. Like, I'll finish. E-E-N. Like, she's like inconsolable in tears. Goes up there. Jody signs her CD. They take some selfies, and my lady's like an emotional wreck. Like, and then she shows her on her phone her little shrine, and Jody's so sweet about it. And then we go see. Immediately after that, she was doing a Q&A with Prince Eric was there too, from the original. His name was Christopher, and he didn't have nearly as much play at his booth. He's also the voice actor of the '90s Spider-Man cartoon. So the guy who did Prince Eric is also our 90s Spider-Man. Sormon the White OG, what's up, brother? So they were both in this Q&A, and a bunch of people asked questions. Normal panel, right? But then at the end, Jody says, okay, now I'm going to... Because she spoke a lot on things like triggering core memories and stuff like that, and she's determined over the years that her primary demographic is like LGBTQ community and spectrum community, and that was fully represented there, which meant a lot to my lady because she literally is a pre-K ESC teacher who's for 16 years who specializes in early childhood intervention for kids with autism. So like that's like her shit. She's dedicated her life to that, and she's like just like a wreck. And then Jody's like, okay, so I'm gonna like everyone put their phones away. This is just for your guys' memories. And she sang the song, the collection song from Little Mermaid. The look at my collection, like I want to be up there, whatever. I fucking don't know the song. But I won't lie, it was amazing. It was like a Broadway performance, bro. Like, just like right there on the stage. Just cued the music. She cranked it up. And apparently she did Broadway before she was a Little Mermaid. So, like, It was like literally a fucking Broadway performance level. And every fan, emotional wreck, tears. And so then, during the Q&A though, Prince Eric was up there. He's got a beard like me. He's younger than Jody. He was only 15 when he voiced over Prince Eric. And then immediately he was doing all the Spider-Man cartoons and everything like that. They kept asking him questions like, is there anything else you'd like to tackle in voiceover? You know what he said? He's like, well, I'm a huge Warhammer fan, so anything Warhammer 40K. So I was like, what? So then I went back, when we went back down to the floor where all the voice actors were. I just went back to his booth, which there's some people standing in line. It was pretty long. I think after the Q&A, his line filled up. People like really liked what he said. So then I came back after lunch and there was like nobody in his line now. So I just walked up to him. I was like, yeah, man, I heard you talking about 40K up in that joint. And he's like, yeah. And he saw my tattoo. He's like, is that what I think it is? And I was like, you know what the fuck this is. He's like, all right. He's like, yeah, man, it's my favorite shit, dude. I love it. I love painting it. I love hobbying on it. You know, and he was, and I was like, yeah, I looked at your Instagram. I saw you were painting some tuners and stuff. He's like, oh man, I love that shit. You know? And I was like, yeah, well, it was good to meet you, man. Hopefully we can connect on some 40K stuff. He was like, yeah, I live in LA. And I was like, yeah, I figured you're a voice actor, you know? And I moved from there recently. So he was like, yeah. And then he was like, Emperor Protect. And I was like, man, fuck, you're a corpse guy. And then he laughed. And then now we DM on Instagram. Prince Eric, Spider-Man, 90s cartoon, plays 40K. So that was just Saturday. All that. Then Sunday, Cuban wedding. He sent me a DM. He was like, I'm here for the biomass, Captain Banhammer. But the fact that he voiced over 90s Spider-Man, that's clutch, dude. More pigment? I think he does, yeah. So, we had a family wedding on the Cuban side of my lady's family. So, I was down in, like, Palm Bay, or... It's like by Cape Canaveral. Right? Like, down there for an old school Cuban wedding, which did not disappoint. Sunday. Captain Banhammer says, real question, how do Tyranids handle accumulating Death Guard biomass? Are they just hard pass? I think they just handle it. I think they just secretly work for Nurgle. In that circumstance. You know? Then, first day of school, back as a teacher, full school year, yesterday. So we got obliterated at this Cuban wedding, hungover all Monday. Tyranid diarrhea. Alright, let's see. What's going on here? Oh, I need to fix the camera. Forgot I reset everything. This is right. So we're going to focus on one guy now. Okay. We've got a squad of head takers. That's the giveaway this month. We're painting them all up here. Our newest video was how to do yellow for the shields. We've got one shield looking like this. We also, or I guess our newest video was how to use the airbrush to do the faces real quick. But now what we're going to do is we're going to focus fire down on this guy and try to get a proof of concept. And this Space Wolf presentation is designed to be still have blue in it, but be of a darker, more menacing take. And that's where the Payne's Gray became our new base coat. And the desaturated faded blue of this ultramarine color became the highlight. Now, if you want it to be darker, you can always hit it with like an oil wash or something. And lock it into the obesity cradle. Yeah, but if you want to do like a black oil wash or something, that'd work really well if you want to go even darker. Or if when you airbrushed it, it got brighter than you thought because your accuracy level wasn't quite there. Like a multi-black. Handle it. Dustin says the shields look good. Yep. I wanted to get some yellow because the fur mostly covers up their yellow. Good old go boy. Check my phone. All right. So, what we need to do is kind of figure out all the real estate on this model. Now, we're gonna do some nice pin washing and edge highlighting for sure. And I'd say typically, honestly, it's never a bad idea to bang out some pin washes before you start locking details in. So let's just go through it. I would do a wash now. So however you were going to wash the model, I would do it now. Right? If you were going to do an active wash, an oil wash, or a pin wash, now. So let's just go through that process together. So this is next level painting curriculum. There's lots of different ways I teach people on lesson 2. This is going to be an active wash strategy. And that always starts with establishing respect. So we know that the darkest position on this model right now is that Payne's Gray. And we know that that's the brightest. So stuff exists in between these two, but not beyond it. And so what I like to do is when I'm doing a pin wash, I like to remember the highest truth of a wash, which is also, dude, I just forgot about this, bro. There's a Payne's Gray wash. Huh. Well, I normally like to use paint, but if we're making a shelf stable workup, let's see what this looks like. Hold on a second. So there is actually a wash. So now I kind of want to see how that performs. All right. So typically for this, I just use water. And what we need to do is identify the real estate that we're in. I know that this is probably too harsh, but I'm willing to give it a shot for science. So let's take some of the Payne's Gray wash. I'm using a smaller brush, and I'm going to heart pull it right into the seam. Right there. I used a little water. Let's get in for a heart pull right here. So for science, we're going to try to do a bottled solution. Now, I'd like to usually go a little darker if I can. And we're going to have to in some areas. This is working pretty good so far. Using our heart pull right there. Just lost the paintbrush. Right here. I want to see that as it dries, how harsh it is. Because, as you can see, the problem with doing a pin wash with a bottled product is that the relationship is typically a little disrespectful. And you see that we're getting a pretty harsh tide line there. And that's not what we want. See if I have time to feather that with a little water. So, as much as I appreciate the wash, it might not be the strategy. I'm looking for some coal black or something. So typically, I just like to use paint. Get a little noosh. Typically, what I'm trying to do is usually just use the paint that's already there. For example, so like right here on the wrist. So you see that's Payne's Gray with a little faded ultramarine in it. So what I need to do is just kind of eyeball a better mix and just shove it in there. And that's straight up just paint. And if anything looks a little off, I actually have an opportunity to clean it up right now with just literally the exact same paints that are already on the model. So pin washing is easy with that approach. So like under his Aquila, we would probably use more Payne's Gray. Maybe even a touch of black. Or under his chest cavity right here. So you get darker. And what I'll do is I'll take a little Payne's Gray, faded ultramarine, kind of just clean up right here. Try to just eyeball it. Captain Banehammer, what's up, brother? Now, under the Aquila, that is where you're going to want to split the difference a little bit more. Right here. Maybe even a little darker. Semi-opaque, a little wet. Run back to something a little bit more respectful. Let's see if we can get up in this cut right here. Got a little off in my approach, but that's fine. I can clean that up right now. Just using the same paints that are already on the model. So making the dark stuff dark is crucial. Thank you, Drac Minis. Now for some of this stuff back here, same exact situation. I think my lady just got home. Let me go down and greet her. Second day of work. Give me 1 second, guys. She may also be coming in with some groceries. So let me go give her a quick hand. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. Back. That was a lot. That was all the groceries. Francois, you figured it out? I will look. Make sure they don't double up. We're back. Apparently everything was BOGO. Okay, so what we're trying to do is make the dark things darker at this step. Semi-opaque, kind of wet. We're trying to use mostly the heart pull for that. I haven't worked on a model this small in a while. My hands are rusty. I got a little right here on the ball. So I'm just going to dip in for a little spot repair. Let's get up on his gorget right here. So we want to get something a little bit more respectful mixed. Create that separation right there in the neck. Get these nuts. These panels right here are extremely dark. We left them very dark. So almost black here. Here. I don't know what we're going to do with these little vents, but I'll darken those up for now. Now the fingers are important. So we're just going to create a little bit of separation. Just drag a little bit in. And kind of the darker you're willing to take this step, the sharper the image will become. But because we kept so much of his armor so dark, that a lot of this is going to come from the highlight. Let's get a little bit more. No, that's good. That's fine. Let's move it. Now, let's just start cutting in some color blocks now. So I'm just doing it in this order. I wouldn't highlight anything yet either. So what I would do first is make dark things darker. Oh, there's one right here. He's got like a string right here on his greave. So we want to create a respectful border around it. And it's easy with stuff like this because I'm just actually painting the rope and the teeth and just letting a little border accumulate on the actual armor. To help create a little separation. Separation's huge on like little artifacts like that. Yeah, I mean, I think mostly that's it. Oh wait, hold on. Right here, Francois. You think you had to be PayPal or AutoPay as a one-time charge because Patreon didn't even have any info. So it's just a big mistake. We're the dummies. Crashing Adam, what's up, player? Did I play Baldur's Gate 3? Nah, man. That's not my jam. Mind your hobbies. Right for the nut washing step. We're just stippling in. I think there might be a seam here too. I'm willing to mess with it because I do have a little noosh engaged. And it's going to be behind the shield anyway. All right. Now it's time to actually figure out colors. Redefining the new 2025 Space Wolf denim gray or Gravedigger denim workup using Payne's gray. All right. So now we have some important questions. So there's some easy ones here, right? We're going to use gold for sure. But what we got to figure out is what the fur color is going to be. That's actually probably the most important question. So what we have, as far as my eye can identify, is important areas are going to be the grip of the axe itself, fur, ammo pouch. So what we need is a good grip color, a good leather color, and we're trying to keep this relatively shelf stable. So I'm leaning toward classic burgundy. Do I have a pot of burgundy floating around here? Yep. Go boy, with PlayStation Plus, you got Diablo 4 for free. Oh shit. Played it for 8 hours on Saturday without a break. I really do enjoy Diablo 4. The pace, everything. But I also love Diablo 3. Also love Diablo 4 2. So burgundy is an amazing grip color. Let me just rinse this brush off. That's awesome, Go Boy. Crashing Adam. Are you playing the new season? Which it's still the new season for weeks, maybe a month. Crashing Adam. You found a pot of P3 Gravedigger denim. Could use my old tutorial. Captain Bad Amber says glowing orange axe, hot axe for cold wools. That's a good color theory. It's also a complementary color if you use orange when you have blue presented. But there's a problem with it. Figure out the problem. So we're going to use straight up burgundy. I love burgundy for some reason for weapon grips. And we're going to paint by numbers. I'm going to raw dog this grip on here. Like the old days. And we don't need to be too careful because we haven't painted the actual metal bits yet. Planning on doing metal at the end. It's funny because I painted 2 big projects in a row, so my hand's a little off. Moving too aggressively. So, light brush pressure. Stipple in. And also, we're working on the Great Unclean one right now. And he's all organic, and you can play that game loose. So don't worry about getting it on the end cap here. Just try not to get it in his armor. But even if you do get in his armor, it's not the end of the world. I have techniques for fixing that. So, like I said, for some reason, I love that color for the grip of weapons. I don't know why. Anything that's like a grippy leather appearance for a weapon. I don't know why. Axe dick. You know, that's right, Recoil. That is the axe dick, isn't it? It's even got a little like sack hanging off of it. We're going to be doing TMM. Everyone wanted it. True Metallics, Redswell. Let me look at the box art for inspiration. Basic. Basic. Okay. So, yeah, that's it. Now, for the leather, let's introduce. I've got umber. I love umber. So let's grab dark umber. And this is a tutorial, guys. Wolf Priest Carl. Some umber right here. Dark umber. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to 50-50 the umber with the burgundy. So you're following along. We're just going to raw dog this. I know why you want to use that color, because it's the wolf in you. So we got to get his little pistol holster coated. Okay. Now the cloak is going to be hard in some ways. I couldn't leave it off. Now he also has like a leather sheath with little stitching on it for his knife. So we're trying to create a little bit of consistency on the project. You know, if it sheaves a weapon, it's this mix. Okay. So we're saying that that's the leather, meaning we probably should paint this with it too. the axe sack. All right. So now you see fur going to skin. So we definitely need to make sure our fur is kind of bright. Switch to my X10. Let's take some of this brown in burgundy mix right here. Let's get the ankle bracelet situation going here. Just paint the whole teeth. We're using stipples mostly. A little bit of a tracer right there. Get that. Banhammer, you figure out why we're not doing the orange axe? Hot, warm. Space Wolf BFF bracelet, that's right. Oh, you know what? Let me take some of this Plains Gray Wash. I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna put it on this rock. Just wanted to put it on something that we airbrushed and see how that looks. He said, nah. To be fair, I'm staring at tiny ghost wagon wheels. But the red handle would notice with the orange axe. That's good, but here's the main reason. We already did it. All right. So we'll do metallics last. So now we're up to the big question. Fuck it, paint it, axe mahogany. Colors aren't real. Man, not wrong. What I mean by colors aren't real, I've broken down before. But here's all that matters on a miniature. Something, a 32 millimeter like model like this, all that matters is the dark stuff is dark and the bright stuff is bright. You could just randomize all the colors. Straight up. We could just roll dice. As long as the dark stuff is dark and the bright stuff is bright, and I do that crisp and cleanly, it literally doesn't matter. Now, color theory, like I always say, is like reverse engineered observational science. We know what colors look sick next to each other. Like, we've done that for thousands of years. So later, when we got science and shit, we were able to find out why we like certain color combinations and explain that away. Green is a good option in my opinion, Van Hammer. For sure. But if we want to get hella on the nose, we might do a Magenta X. But so we have cool armor with warm undertones because of the Payne's Gray. We have a really warm shield. And dark armor. So we need the fur to lift, to be bright, right? But also like a neat color. So I think it'd be tight if we can get like a kind of an orangier fur. Let's see what we got here. Let's see like a golden yellow kind of situation. So let's see if we can get shelf stable. Okay, burnt orange is a clear front runner. Clear front runner. I was looking at that orange. Get the banner. What highlights this? I think we have like a nice, yep, golden brown. Here we go. And now we need something darker than both. But still, like, so I think that works, and that's dark flesh. So let's pull out the number 6. Let's get the dark flesh. And let's just start raw dogging this wet edge out of this corner. And we haven't even painted the shoulder pad yet, so I'm just going to paint the shoulder pad in this color for now. So I don't have to sit there and paint by numbers around a shoulder that I haven't painted yet. You see, the fur vanishes eventually, and it is just skin, like leather. So I'm gonna just paint all this color as well. Keep working off our wet edge. Pushing it in between the actual textures. Using our number 6. Rotate. Using predominantly heart pulls here and stipples. right? So I really do like that starting position. See that there is a tinge of warmth to it. Now let's go ahead and paint the interior of the cape, and this is what's tricky because I couldn't leave it off because it is his back. It's not a cape that glues on over torso. It like literally is his back. Got to kind of sneak the bristles in and gently pull. Get all up in there. And luckily the shield is going to obscure some of that angle too. Let me check our exposure. There we go. Okay, so we want that to dry. Okay. Let that set up. Camo Specs, what's up, brother? Switch to a smaller brush. Just take that same color. Right here. I should have done this before the painting the knife. All right, looks good. It's a little bit rippling up right here. Feel free to get it on his belt, because we haven't painted the belt yet. Exclamation point, new art. We are going to be giving away this entire head taker unit for the month end of this month. Top D Grand Prix rules apply, but also giving away raffle tickets every time we donate. We get $150 in this stream.
What
9-year
book?
anniversary.
The unwritten book of the road.
There it is. All right. So we're close to having to lay down some metallic now. I mean, I kind of think, like, what do you guys feel? Do we paint the axe like a glowing power weapon, or do we paint it metal? Ian likes Frost Axe. Now, see, the thing about an axe versus a sword is the only part that matters on the axe is really just this blade part right here. If you're trying to do like a power weapon effect. But it does have like 2 diodes right here that could be glowing as well. Like, we don't want to do like a puffy airbrush on it. That's low class. I mean, all we need is, if you want to do like Frost, right? We just like get sky blue basically. Maybe like transparent blue. I fucking out of transparent blue. Why do I keep saving bottles of empty transparent blue? Oh, you know what's a good color for this? You know what's a good color for this? Fucking jade. Forgot about this. See here. So I think all I need, let's take some jade, sky blue, jade and sky blue. This is a great color. Drunken Wolf dropping bits on our stream, sweet ass, for our 9-year anniversary month. Shout out, brother. Let me get some strong man love in chat right there. So you see, that's like a really tasty blue, really frosty. What's wrong with it?
It's showing our whole backyard right now.
Who is? So what? Let me go see what's going on in our backyard. Drunken Wolf, I'll be right back. Apparently something happened in our backyard. We'll go check the joint. So some big ass truck got stuck in the backyards. Tore up all the grass. That shit's fun. Like a... Yeah, so I think the HOA hired them, crashing at them. Alro Dog, what's up, brother? 24 months. They're like, it's like an F-350 Super Duty with like a flatbed. And I've been seeing them doing work back there. And it's been raining like crazy. And essentially, the grass that we all like the whole community has behind the townhouses back there, that's like all of our backyards and then like a common area. It's essentially a flood zone. And it's built in, it's like an easement that's built in to like bring the water out. That shit's a straight bog. Like after all the rain and stuff, it's a straight up bog, dude. So this guy's like got his F-350 Super Duty in the middle of it, like doing some work. And they had to get a tow truck to pull him out. Because they just tore it to pieces. Oh, everyone, yeah, that guy's ego might never recover for sure. Because like everyone in the whole community's out there and their porch is like, you know, and he's sitting there in his truck getting pulled out, tore it all up, right? And of course, they're getting cut. They're being pulled through our back, like the last piece of it's through us. We're the end. So my lady's in a fucking absolute fit. She went out there and yelled at him like, "Get out of my backyard!" They're like, "We can't. We have to get pulled out." She's like, "Where's my money?" Yeah, it's like a retention pond, exactly. Go boy. Yeah, it's like a big F-350 Super Duty with dualies, with a fifth wheel and a huge overloaded flatbed full of like rocks and shit, right? Like whatever they were doing. Frankie, what's up, brother? Okay, what were we doing? Oh yeah, we're working on this. So this is Jade plus Sky Blue. Frankie said, "Dog, quality of your painting cam was good. I remember back when you had this webcam, but that's an upgrade." Good old Frankie. He said, "What camera are you using?" The same one. Carl Zeiss Logitech 920 that they don't make anymore. You have to buy it on eBay. It was the first run of 920s. The only one with the glass lens. That's the one I've been using this entire time. I have 3 of them I bought. They were like $300 each. Then the next year, the 920 went down to $49.99 because they stopped working with Carl Zeiss. So a lot of people, they hear what I just said, they go and buy a 920, and they can't get this sharp of an image. Because you can't. This is the only one. It was the most popular camera on Amazon the year after this one was made because they dropped it to $49.99. So like a decade ago. I have the first one I ever used and 2 backups and I'm using the original Logitech software so I manual focus every shot. Go boy, I had a 110 dually, super easy to get stuck. Yeah, the dually is why he's stuck. That's why I mentioned it. He's stuck, that's why he's stuck. So I think I have to start going to the HOA meetings they always do them at a time where everyone's at work. And so I understand now why everyone hates HOAs. I've already battled with the HOA.
Angels sang an immaculate chorus. Down from the heavens descended Chuck Norris.
So jade plus sky blue. It's a really nice blue. Icy as hell. Pandulor hat. What's up, brother? Thank you for the sub, homie. Recoil, exactly. The Sony Handycam used the Carl Zeiss. So, Crash and M says everyone thinks they need a world's biggest truck. Dub was telling me he couldn't farm with a Nissan Frontier. Bro, I've done construction. That was like my job before I did this. And I had a Ranger, Ford Ranger, 91 S10. Those are my two work trucks. Fine. Now, if you got to pull some real ass shit, you know what I mean? You got to pull some real ass shit. Like we had a 450 Super Duty, like that work truck, and sometimes we had like literally a fucking like Bobcat case skid steer and a fucking Mini X all on one giant flatbed driving up the fucking mountains. Yeah. But 99% of the time. So that's a nice frosty axe color. Yeah, the Frontier's not even small. The new ones are small. The old ones were like Rangers. The new Frontiers are like Avalanche sized. Bro, go boy though, but this F450 though, we were like passing people driving up a mountain to Breckenridge with that load. Like I was like, holy shit, dude. This truck is crazy. You hear the turbo spooling? Ram 1500. Wait, like, is there a 3500 diesel? Like older model? We used to have one of those too. That was our fucking plow truck. Yeah, that was a power. It was a 7.4 power stroke. All right, so here's the secret to doing the axe. All right, you guys ready for the tutorial inside the tutorial? Yeah, modern trucks are super shockingly strong. Like, okay. So the secret to this, like, to doing this type of effect. Ooh, we've got that white blue. This will be great. I forgot about this. So what we want is essentially, you want to invert the model so you can hard pull towards yourself. And one of the easiest ways to do this, right, is just kind of eyeball it, right? We know that this is our current mid-tone. Let me just make a new one for the camera. right here. So now what I want to do is I want to get brighter. So we've got this pale blue. What I'm going to do is just pulling toward myself like this. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is grab more of the midtone. Now I'm going to grab more jade and now finally some of the transparent blue. More transparent blue. Go back through, maybe grab a little noosh. Kind of just work those tide lines. Just eyeball. And we started with this bright mix, so let's split the difference. Work it right here. Grab some of our midtone again. So the whole idea is you're just layering a highlight, bright, dark, bright like that. You're not actually blending anything. You see? Let's take some of that pale white blue. Right there. Maybe a little noosh. And the whiter we can get on the tips, kind of the frostier it's going to look. So I added a little moisture here. So now the thing with axes, easy peasy. You found the original video of the news interview I did on News 6. Nice. Wolf Priest Carl, you liking this? So what we need to do now is we need to separate the blade from the actual axe. And what I like to do is just go straight to the darkest position, which will be some jade and some transparent blue. And we're going to heart pull here. So we're trying to subtract. It's a little shiny because of the transparent blue. And what we want to do now is grab some of our brighter colors. Well, it's still a little wet, maybe a little noosh. And just heart pull on that like crescent shape. Like that. So what you're doing is essentially like fading dark to bright away from the blade itself. You see? Same position. It's just the heart pulls all over again. While that's drying, let's go see if we can crank this other side out real quick. Rico says, you creeping on Kenny? Obviously, bro. Who else is he gonna creep on? Or is there anything in the original video that I didn't show you? from that heart pull. Give a little highlight. Too easy. Yeah, I was only in it for like 0.3 seconds. And now we can take this bright pale blue. Oh, where's that? Just brush up on this. What we want to do is we want to run a tracer right here. Hold your breath, swing it from right to left. This is that white blue color. Invert, always find the correct angle. We teach all these brush strokes in my course. Always be rotating. Now the hardest part is the bevel. A lot of times these GW models, you can actually trace the bevel. So it's always worth a shot to see if you can. So the tricky part about this is you got to get really shallow. I'm going to ramp that up a little bit in the corners. Right there. A little noosh, a little water. Oh yeah, easy peasy. I saw it was your anniversary on Facebook. Congratulations. So, frost weapon tutorial mid paint job.
Yo, when you gonna launch a cryptocurrency? I want to invest in some hobo coins.
This is not right! What the hell is this? What do you want to do? If those men are getting
Hobo coin. That's what yo dogs are, man. Or OTP HJs. Let me get some love in the chat from my man, Captain Banhammer. He's on the board right now. Always be rotating, Banhammer. So we gotta do the hard one again. What's the ticker for Yo Dog pulling up Fidelity right now? Probably not even on the list. Rotate. Who was the one who suggested frost weapons? There was like two of you, Ian and somebody else. It was a snazzy. So sometimes Bane Hammer, you see, we made a decision that had nothing to do with color theory, right? Because we just added more cold to the model, right? But we made sure it was ice cold. We always keep it icy. So that's thematic, right? Like frosty power axe or a space wolf. Bro, we have an icy Yo Dog command for an icy t-shirt. What the fuck? Did our commands get reset? What bot is that coming from? Did we lose the server state in the big power outage for Swobot? Bro, that's got to be a 9-year-old fucking command, dude. Where did that even come from? Do I even have one of those in Deepbot? Thank you, Panhammer. I think it's ice. Do ice, not icy. Exclamation point ice.
You could visit, but I just want you to know.
Okay. We have a guest. A very special guest. Give me 1 second, guys. And then when I come back, we're going to do a web session. Exclamation point web.
crash down tonight. I just wanna feel what I feel, what I feel when it's just you and me. I'm falling on my knees just to see if I can still bleed. 'Cause with you I'm superhuman. Hope it's not a grand delusion. So keep me in this state of mind. Tell me that it's real life. 'Cause with you I'm superhuman. Everything is new in love. It's stronger than the both of us. Together we can spark a flame and freeze the world to numb the pain. I just wanna feel what I feel, what I feel when it's just you and me. I'm falling on my knees just to see if I can still bleed. 'Cause with you I'm
You guys remember that cat I've been watching for a week? Sorry about that delay. Recoil. Recoil is the OG. Makes the best commands in the game. All right, let's kick over to Discord. Let's do a little strong whip session. Sorry for the delay after delay this evening. Just bad timing. But no, so you know we were watching that cat, this big ass orange cat, for a week. For Eileen's friend. And so they came to pick the cat up. I'm gonna miss that guy. But they just came back from Puerto Rico to go to the Bad Bunny concert, which I'm going to this month, so I was talking to them about their experience. But more importantly, the whole reason that my lady is friends with this lady is because she actually taught her son in early childhood development intervention. And so the kid's like hella on the spectrum. And so like their life is built around that. And so like, you know, she always comes in and helps babysit this kid, tutors with this kid, but he's much older now, right? Like he's like, I want to say he's like easily 8. So she wanted me to go downstairs and meet him because like, this is like one of the only kids that she has a picture of. Like she has a picture of this kid on the wall. Like, you know, so very important kid to her. And so we watched this kid's cat and they just came back and she made sure to bring him so that Eileen could interact with him. And she dragged me downstairs to meet him. And this kid's the sweetest little kid. Like this kid instantly is like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. What's up there? And I was like, oh, it's just stuff. And I looked at his mom, I was like, you can look at it. And so this kid literally grabs me by the hand and like, he's like, let's go up there. And I showed him the Beats Lab off camera. And and Eileen was hovering. She was like, soft hands, remember, like all her, you know, reminding him of all the techniques to not break everything. And then I showed him my hamster and he loved that. And then that was the whole experience, and now I'm back. Cute ass fucking kid. But I was just downloading with them because they just spent a week in Puerto Rico, and I was like, yo, what about that shooting that just happened? Because of course my dad emailed me. That's his favorite thing, is like, FYI is the subject, link of something happened in Puerto Rico. You know? And so some guy got shot. My dad's like, FYI. I'm like, and then he's done that so many times. So you know what I did this time? As I just sent him like 4 links from someone who got shot yesterday in Florida. Like, oh, here's a double homicide in Citrus County. Here's a suspicious arson. Here's this, like 4 links. I was like, yo, maybe we should think about leaving Florida. He's like, and his email back to me was like, oh, what's your point? I was like, what point are you trying to make? I was like, really? You're gonna play dumb? You're saying Puerto Rico is dangerous and I shouldn't go because it has bad parts of the town that people get shot in, just like, spoiler alert, literally every fucking city in Florida, including Citrus County where you live. So I guess I just don't go anywhere. I just lock the doors and never leave. These people go like every month, bro. Like their mom lives there. Yeah, El Rodog. It's like literally every city in America. Yeah, and that town that dude got shot in was like 1997 Compton of old San Juan. Like it's being kind of gentrified, where like they're making it more accessible to tourists. But it's like if you went to LA in the 90s, where would you not go? You know what I mean? It's like literally like, don't go there. But he said even then you can still go there. Just like you just go to the strip there. You don't go into it. I've been to some sketchy ass places in my life, dude. You also need situational awareness. Right? Like, obviously, this guy didn't deserve to die or anything. That's tragic. You know? Feel bad for his family. But to my dad, that's not gonna happen to me, dog. I lived in fucking Los Angeles for 8 years. I grew up in South Miami. Like, when I look around and sketchy things are happening around me, I tend to leave. You know what I mean? I get out. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You live in Portland, Kramer. So like, it's a war zone out there, bro. I was like, how do you get your food? Yeah. All right. So recap. We just snuck in a Frost Axe tutorial in the middle of this blitzkrieg. Let's pop open Discord. Let's do a quick whip session. Shout out to Banhammer who's on the board. Remember, Final Four gets entry into the big giveaway this month. Bro, that's a thick whip. All right, let's see if we can get through this whip and actually get more painting done tonight. Oh, so you guys see I have a command? I have a command to my Instagram post. So I need these. I went to 2 McDonald's today. So my lady's favorite thing in the world is anything Sanrio, Hello Kitty franchise. So like she collects figurines, so she needs these. And so on that Instagram post, it shows you the ones I need. And so this is just a reminder, !kitty takes you to an Instagram link. So if you get them, let me know. I'll trade. War Pigment, working on Scavorth, Lord of Ruin, Centipede, Air Marshal Zed, and Glops of Life with Mermaid. Okay, let's see here. Oh yeah, this guy's great. You really put a lot of passion into these models. You clearly care more about these than any 40K model you've ever painted. Yeah, it's funny because the guy down there, Louis, he was telling me like, yeah, he's like that. A lot of the best stuff is on the west side. It's funny because everyone's telling me to go to the east side. He's like, yeah, it's like all the tourist nonsense. But it's like west side's where it's at. They were just down there for a week. They go every month, and I'm like, thank you for the intel. I shall make it my goal. Yeah, this Centipede monster looks great, bro. War Pigment, I love the game. It got me into wargaming. Trucker Wolf says, to someone who has never done 40K or anything like it, but is super interested in it, would have any recommendations? Trucker Wolf, welcome to the show. Yeah, man. You want to get into the game? Like, I believe in my heart, gameplay first. You want to get into it so you can play. That's the ultimate culmination of the hobby. You know, reading lore. GW's done a great job of keeping us. Oh, Mermaid Fin. I see what you're talking about. That slaps, bro. Whose fin is that? Is that yours? Are you a mermaid? Fuck, dude, that's tight. Does she mermaid? That's my lady's other favorite thing in the world. I took her to Mer Taylor's facility in Lecanto so she can see the mermaids, and she cried because Little Mermaid shit. My lady is all about that shit. Have you seen that Netflix special? The Mer Taylor one? So Drunken Wolf, the thing is gameplay first, but GW's done a good job of keeping us trapped in their ecosystem in ways that don't revolve around the miniatures. So you got to be cognizant of that. You know, you got to, like, when you want to jump into this, you need to make sure that you're focused on this, not the video games, not Space Marine 2. Like, you can do audiobooks and minis, but like the second you start adding layers into it, you'll get your dopamine without actually doing minis. So you gotta lock into that. You gotta pick a faction, just buy a box set, buy the codex, just dive in, and be ready to waste money. And when it comes to buying gear and equipment, you want to learn how to airbrush sooner rather than later. And don't even bother with the GW's paints. They're a waste of money. So I have a gear list, exclamation point gear list. Do we have or it's just on my website? You just go to my website for the gear list. This is dope. War Pigment. Easy peasy. There we go. 58. Van Hammer says there's literally a mermaid convention every spring in Richmond. Nice. Giant pool where they teach you how to go and do underwater makeup and shit. Yeah, it's just a documentary on Netflix, War Pigment. And it's about this guy, Mer Taylor. He makes like the best like mermaid tales. But like it's all about him and what he's done. And I guess he created like the only kind of job in North America where like you can just get hired as a mermaid instead of like contracting for parties and shit. It's pretty, and we went there. It was amazing. Drunken Wolf, you've been trying to learn to airbrush. I'm the guy. Do you want to speed run it? Well, it comes down to this: free to play or pay to win. Where are you at right now? $476 to go. Experimenting with different skin tones. like that, like the more Alan's skin built up over the purple. Is that what I'm seeing? She keeps trying to get you into it, War Pigment, into being a merman. You get jacked. It's hard. Drug Wolf says, I didn't hear what you said. Your two options are pay to win or free to play. You're on the free to play model right now. Can you give your class credit away easy peasy? Yeah, man. It's yours. Agrippa, finish the diorama. Oh, is this the Spider-Man Doc Ock diorama? Man, that's awesome. They both look great, too. For your brother? This is a gift, right? That's tight. Easy Peasy says he'd give his class credit to Drunker Wolf. So you can have a free lesson, Drunker Wolf, because of Easy Peasy. He's transferring you one of his class credits. So the first lesson is airbrushing. Are you in my Discord server, Drunker Wolf? If not, get in there so I can give you permissions. Yeah, this is dope. I love it. I love it. Good job, Agrippa. Easy peasy. Taking these out of your backlog. Need a palette cleanser. What are these? Little like snake ladies? Daughters of Cain. Kara Quinn, what's up, man? Recoil, not sure I like the way the blue's coming out. Was painting it for an Xmas gift, so I'm super harsh on my own work. Like to the point that I question the way I paint constantly. It was great.
And his name is John C.
I don't know what to tell you. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Dropping a 50 spot on the chat. We get some love in there. He's in the final four. Moving our ticker forward to more giveaways. Get some strong man love in chat. And get Drunken Wolf in the Discord. ! Whip. Drunken Wolf. Grandpa, dug out your old P3 inks. Put the thin glaze of red and the blue over Spidey. Ah, nice. They did have some interesting inks. I forgot about that. Yeah, it's the Long War server. Drunken Wolf. Yeah, this is great, Recoil. Looks like you painted all the stuff and did some washes. You are 80th, 90th percentile battle ready. Let me get this guy permissions real quick. Drunken Wolf. has been upgraded. We'll now have access to a category called Next Level Painting Supporters. You want to navigate to student docs and familiarize yourself with that literature and my scheduler. What would you like for it to be better? Recoil. I mean, put some edge highlights on it. That'll make it better. That's it. You think the blue looks crap? I mean, it's not that saturated where you're trying to make it saturated. Like, if you wanted, yeah, like, it's not like hella blue. Did you use like an oil wash? No, it looks like you pin washed it. I think. It's hard to tell. Oh, you got a Grant baseball card too? And you got that Warlord Titan or that Warhound Titan? That's so awesome. Bro, we packed that thing up. So it's not even about the saturation. You just think it's messy. Yeah, it can be better. Like, you've got harsh lines here in the transition turnover, and some of your pin washing here got a little sloppy. So if you're moving toward a grim dark finish, that's fine. Just now you got to put some chipping, right? You got to do some like metal chipping and stuff. So if you're trying to go for like the laser edge finish, you know, you got to clean that up. Yeah, that's why I mentioned the oil wash. The oil wash probably got away from you a little bit in some of these areas. And then it created a filter that knocked it all down. But if you want to, you can run with it. Like I said, if you want to run with the grim dark, get some, just get some like tight, classy metal chipping. Throw a little fucking pigment powder on his boots. You won an award. Easy peasy. Oh, this is a clip from the commercial or the news report. Drunken Wolf. Good luck. That's real. That's a real armor cast Warhound Caraquin. That's real life. Got a tutorial on Patreon. Moe's Magic. Oh, good job with this robe. I love that. That's cool as shit, dude. Yeah, Goofy, you Caraquin. Recoil, you just gotta get like one of those little clippers that like locks in, a little sponge tip, and get a nice dark metal. Just start like edge highlighting it with sponge chipping, like, you know, around edges, like really dark, subtle, and then build that up. That'll give you pseudo edge highlights, but also be grim dark. Yeah, this is dope. You hear the wings. Is this why you hit me up for a class, Rose Magic? Is this your project? Looks like you figured it out. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I love the art. I love the artistic highlighted here. Well, somebody in chat just mentioned like the Savage Shark, the kind of blue to gold. So basically, you know, it's a cold shadow and a warm highlight. But you'd also be indicating that these golds are coming from something. So they're either exposing what's under or coming from an exterior. So imagine Mo's magic is either just trying to be artistic as fuck, or he is going to be indicating there's a light source. Playing with the heavy bold stuff, yeah. So he's being artistic as fuck right now. Band hammer. There it is. The carriage. Beautiful. Stroke a Wolf trade your old 3D printer for an airbrush set. You do a deep clean. Think about investing in a new airbrush sighter. It's all on my gear list. Or in the syllabus gives you a link to an airbrush I recommend. What color for the lantern bodies? You mean like the little light source? I mean, probably just keep it like legit. Like there's candles in them, so fire. You mean like the frame? The exterior? Probably metal. Probably make those things out of metal. So some metal. Those little details just make them they're utility details. So you don't need to deviate too far from that. And there's like a grid in there. There's like a grid cage. So typically what I recommend for stuff like that is just paint the whole lantern. Like you say it's going to be silver cage. Just paint all that framework silver, including the glass parts. Don't try to avoid it. Just paint it all solid silver. Do all your little highlights and everything. Then subtractively attack the squares and pizza slices that are the negative space left behind. And you can typically even get away with just just hitting it with like glazes right over the silver at that point. It's kind of like doing headlights. That's how I do them. Yeah, the horses. Doing that swirly paint. Beautiful. All right, let's see what else we can get done. Burn a lot of clock time. You go back over it with transparent airbrush layers. Yeah, I like that system that you built. All right, guys, 20 minutes left. Let's get this fur cloak done. That's what I'm excited about. Remember, the final 4 automatically entered into our raffle at the end of the month to win this whole squad. And we trigger more giveaways every $150 donated. Let's run back into it. Shout out to Easy Peasy Captain Banhammer. Here's our little frost axe. We remember we chose it's flesh tone, dark flesh, and then we got a burnt orange out here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab our smallest dry brush. I'm gonna get some of that off. I want to kind of warm. I want to get warm and bright on this fur. Let's see. So we took a lot of the moisture off the brush. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and grab a fresh squeeze of that orange, that burnt orange. Put some more in the bristles. Pinch some of that out. I want it to be a little heavier. So I'm kind of like wet dry brushing almost. Try to skip across the grain. Warm fur, but we want to go bright.
Slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling stronger.
Because this is going to be one of the most crucial parts of the model.
The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning away, giving
Van Hammer use a lot of the medium, and the water evaporates, so you get that kind of distortion. Okay, so here's some golden brown. Light brush pressure. we're subtracting from the dark flesh and the burnt orange. And I'm leaving some of that fur in that darker spectrum down here.
Open your eyes and see the people chanting, slowly falling apart. The silence causing an earthquake. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling higher, and I know I can be taller. Shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light.
Color of our fur is a big decision. Golden brown. Beautiful. So we've got that warmth and that embedded orange, which is a complement to the blues in two ways. Savage Shark. Did you apply a wash already? No, this is just straight dry brushing. The problem is you can't quite get inside of here with this type of brush, so we're gonna have to switch brushes. Let's see if we can go brighter. More bright mix, aka golden brown. Beautiful. Man, that looks good. So now we have to figure out how to get. Now I've got a maybe like a number, like a kind of a slightly blown out number 4. This might work. Get some. I'm just gonna skip a step and just kind of mix the orange and the golden brown together. 13 minutes left. And we're going to have to just kind of flick it in there. Going up against the grain. Now the rest of the cloak is leather. And so that's still the original dark flesh tone. So probably you might want to try to think about like stability. Maybe like a straight hide. Okay, so right now it's this. Okay, let's go to the advanced flesh tone. And I'm just kind of blocking in. I'll take a little noosh and some dark flesh. I'm gonna kind of stipple with the little moisture off of that highlight we blocked in. A little more advanced flesh. Stippling. Noosh. A little moisture. Stippling is one of the most important brush strokes I teach. Let's go back to the mix that has a little bit of the dark flesh. A little bit more moisture or dark flesh. What I want is kind of a patchy kind of transition here. Using the advanced flesh. I think about 8 minutes left. I think we can actually do some texture too. We take some of the advanced flesh and some of the golden brown. Noosh. Just do some heart pulls. And then I'm gonna go this way. Heart pull. All right. Now what we want to do is go back to the bigger brush. There's a backpack, though, that goes right here where you pray. That's going to block a lot of this. Let's take some advanced skin tone. Some of that mix. Lots of water. Take some of the moisture off. So low opacity, low moisture. And with this bigger brush, I'm going to kind of redo some of the stuff I just did. kind of blur some of that. I'm just gonna let it dry, and then I'm gonna just kind of start filtering and putting it underneath. Yeah, I don't understand why they put the backpack over the cloak. That's weird to me as well. Lowering the opacity. Just take some of that moisture off. 5 minutes left if you want to get in the final four. We're giving away the entire squad at the end of the month. Don't put blankets on top of fusion reactors. Fair.
His name is John C.
Recoil just donated $90. Final four in the mix. And he just triggered a giveaway as well. 4 minutes left on the clock. Let me get some strongman love out in the chat to my man Coil Daddy. As I'm letting that dry, you see we're sending it slowly to the background. We're just kind of redoing the cross hatching, creating filters. Over what we just did. That's my man Goat Boy right there. Can't forget about old Goat Boy. Goat Boy, check it out. Now what I want to do is I want to create some recess shading. So I'm going to take a little black and dark flesh tone. And I'm going to pick out some of these those for a top shadow. With a heart pull. Can't forget about old Goat Boy. Inside those little holes. Go back to the big brush. Let's pick up some of that mix again. Take some of that moisture off. 1 minute left in the clock to get in the final four. real quick. Texture build up right there. Probably would take a little bit more skin tone. With 30 seconds left to get in there, we're still going to do a giveaway. Shout out to Quell Daddy. Take some of the advanced skin tone.
You gotta get swifty in here. It's time to get swifty. Uh-oh. You gotta get swifty. Oh, yeah. Take off your pants and your panties. Shit on the floor.
Okay, so we got the Frost Axe sorted. Shout out to everyone who supported me tonight. Appreciate you guys. Frost Axe sorted. Cloak color looking good. Some pin washing executed. We didn't get as much done as I wanted to. We can actually also observe. So I got a little blue tack here. Can also observe like how that looks. So that's pretty fantastic. I like that. Good old return to the classics, guys. So this is our proof of concept. We figure it out, and then we're going to apply it to the other two guys. It'll be way faster. So we're on these guys until we're done. Then we're back to the Great Unclean one, because this is the big 9-year giveaway. And if you're just tuning in, it's literally the whole head taker unit and the wolves, which I haven't even pulled out yet. That's the big raffle item of the month. Full ass head taker unit. The only way you get in on that is be Final Four. Buy raffle tickets. Wait, am I doing raffle tickets? Maybe I'm confusing myself. It's just Final Four and wild cards, right? There's no buy-in, right? What's my literature say? Can't remember. So much has happened. I think there is a buy-in. I think I always intended there to be one. It's multifaceted. Yeah, you'll be able to buy raffle tickets on the last day. You're getting raffle tickets for being Final Four, and we're giving out raffle tickets midstream every time somebody hits our big giveaway. So this is a twofer, right? Because you win the shirt and the ticket. Exclamation point hobo swag brought to you by Recoil. Yeah, it's like a raffle like last month. And since it's a month ender, okay, I remember now. It's a raffle like last month. But since it's a month ender, that means Final Four is automatically entered. Which is one of our oldest promos. And then wild card ticket draw every show. Pretty much. So you want in on this. There's a wild card ticket and a hobo shirt. If you don't want the hobo shirt, you can give it to somebody else. 2 minutes. That Banhammer stoked for the hobo shirt. Yeah, recoil. Just get some chipping going and some pigment powder. Feel like you'll be totally happy. You gonna wear that shirt to jury duty, bro? Banhammer. One minute. Also, early bird windows coming to a close this month. Early bird windows. Oh, do I have my shit open in the background? My bad. For bolters, for bourbon and bolters, exclamation point B&B. Recoil, your airbrush blends are not good. It's been a while since you took that lesson. You did a refresher. It could be better, but you could also pick up the slack with some advanced weathering technique. Mo's Magic. Congratulations. Automatically entered into our Top 10 Grand Prix. And you can select a hobo shirt. Yeah, recoil. Yeah. Might have to go back to the beginning. Gotta tell recoil sizing and what version of the hobo shirt you want. You got this nonsense and this one. God, it's so bad. All right. Where's the raid going tonight? Duff is on. Useless Wizard is on. Also, don't forget my Hello Kitty thing, guys. Okay, let's bring it over to Duff. Repray! Exclamation point Kitty. I need those Mickey D's Hello Kitty toys. Down for trades. Oh wait, Easy Peasy's on. Do you want to raid Easy Peasy or Duff? It's up to recoil. Alright. Raid is ticking down. Recoil called it. We're going to Easy Peasy. Shout out to the chat. Big love, Recoil, easy peasy, go boy, Captain Banhammer. Thank you guys. Couldn't do it without you. Paying my bills, guys. Go downstairs, get some dinner. Check out Patreon because I've been cutting these videos up good. I've been staying on top of it, guys, like the old days. As always, until we meet again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Play on, players.